a problem? Oh.
What's the problem?
See, many speakers often felt disappointed with their digital marketing result. Right? I don't know whether any of you experience this. Right? You run ads that bring little or no ROI. You have done your website SEO, search engine optimization, but it creates little or no visibility. And you probably post on social media that get you little or no engagement. How many of you experience this? Alright. So let's, does any of this make you feel frustrated? Alright, does it make you feel like this? You're like burning money. Alright, your marketing is not getting you the result that you desire. Right? Not only it burns money, it also wastes a lot of time and as well as effort. Right? You spend a lot of time writing a post and you post on LinkedIn, kesian, do all like. Right? You feel like that? Right? I often feel like that. Okay, so why is this happening? Alright, anyone? Hopefully we do a discussion session now because after lunch, it's a heavy timing, right? So let's do a quick discussion. Why is this happening? Anyone? Algorithm, because linking for, correct. Right, anyone else?
We're not using your services.
Not using my services, alright? Okay, I don't provide such services anyway. Alright, anyone else?
Wrong content.
Wrong content, alright? What else?
Less engagement.
Less engagement.
No strategy.
No strategy.
Not consistent.
Never track. So you post for fun. Alright, you post whatever you like to post, you suck the theory and nobody bothers, and you don't get the result that you want. Right? So there could be many reasons that you are not getting the result that you want. Just to name a few. Alright, it could be like you lack of the marketing knowledge, inconsistency. Alright, you target the wrong type of customer, lack of data that you mentioned, limited online presence, or even though insufficient content. So there could be many reasons contribute to you don't getting the result that you want. But I'd like to share with you, marketing should be easy and it should work. Right? And it should work. But many people spend their resources, wasted their resources on marketing that doesn't work, and this is super frustrating. So in today's section, I'd like to share with you 3 simple steps how to overcome it. Right? The first one, we want to look into how are you going to identify a business opportunity. Number 2, how are you going to map out your marketing journey? And 3, how are you going to develop your marketing messages? So 3 simple things. I hope that it adds value to you. Okay, let's go into them one by one. Let's talk a little bit about marketing opportunity. How do you identify a market demand or a market opportunity? Anyone? How do you know that this is opportunity that raised to you that you could turn it into a business and convert it into a sales?
Listen to your customers.
A gap.
Sorry?
Price is a problem.
Problem, right? What else?
A gap in the market.
A gap in the market?
Complaints.
Complaints, that's very good. Right, what else? How do you identify if there is an opportunity?
Market trend.
COVID.
Sorry?
COVID.
Boring?
COVID.
COVID, okay, I heard boring.
Experience the problem yourself.
You see, the first point I want to make, a business opportunity do not get started because you have something to sell. Alright, seriously, not much people can. Right? Your business opportunity don't get started because you have something to sell. Right? Your business opportunity gets started when a prospect wants something. Alright, let me give you a simple example. Let's say I sell nasi lemak. Everybody know nasi lemak, right?
Yeah.
Yes, alright, fantastic. So let's say I sell nasi lemak. which I have ayam goreng besar, sotong yang besar. Alright, by the way, sotong stands for squids or cuttlefish or whatever that species. In Malaysia, we group them as sotong. Okay, so we have fried chicken, we have sotong yang besar. So I come to you right now at this point. Okay, I sell the best nasi lemak. How many of you would be interested to buy my nasi lemak now?
Yeah, 1%.
Now.
Oh, after lunch. No.
Now.
No.
Ask in 3 hours.
Just at lunch.
Ah.
No,
Very simple thing. Who will be the best people to buy nasi lemak in your perspective?
hungry people.
Exactly. So you see, even though I may have the best product in the world, even though you may be the best speaker in the world, if your customer do not want it, it doesn't create any opportunity. Alright? So number one, you need to find enough hungry people. So when you market your services, whether it's training, coaching, or speaking, are you marketing it to hungry people that want your service? It's not because you have something to sell. That's number one. Number two, having trouble getting what they want. So assuming right now you just have lunch, you don't want to eat anything, right? So let's say I come back a few hours later, now it's what, almost 2 o'clock. Let's say I come back by 7 p.m. later. By then you will feel hungry, right? Right. So if I come back again with fried chicken, big sotong, would you want to buy my nasi lemak at 7 p.m.?
No, your gala dinner tonight.
Ah, you're not supporting, Roger.
Oh, sorry, you want the other answer? Yes, very hungry.
Right. You see, even though by 7 p.m. you will feel hungry, but you already have a solution to solve that problem. Agree? Because tonight we have free dinner, right? We have some more gala dinner, boat launching, whatever thing. It's 8-course dinner. I understand, sit down 8-course dinner, right?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, surprise?
So glad.
Right? So why on earth would you want to buy my nasi lemak? Right? So very simple. Number one, if you want to sell something to anyone, number one, you need to find hungry people, people who want something. Number two, they have trouble getting what they want. If people already have a solution to the problem that they have, your product doesn't sell. Right? That's simple. And number three, they must be in pain. Right? A problem without pain is not a problem.
That we can solve.
Right? So anytime when you want to market your services to your target audience, you have to ask that question, do they want your service? Do they already have a solution? And how painful they are. If they are not painful, they are not going to respond fast. So you may submit a proposal and you wait for like a few months, you never heard a single word. Because why? They are not painful. Right? So to summarize business opportunity, you probably need these three things. Right? What they want, trouble getting it, and they must be in pain. So, first you need to identify people who are like that. Then, after you have identified the opportunity, then you move to the next stage. Okay, so this is where you can start to market and sell them something, correct? Right, so I want to ask is, what is the correlation between marketing and sales? Is it the same?
No, it's the direction.
So what are the difference between marketer and a seller?
The spelling. We go out for sales, but when it comes to marketing, if our activities are right, we become a gravitational center, people come to us.
Alright, people can come to you if you market them correctly. You see some company, alright, please.
One money goes in, one money goes out.
Which one money goes in, which one money goes out?
Sales money comes in, marketing money goes out.
Okay, but not necessary. Sometimes you hire a salesman, doesn't work, money also go out. Right? You have a salesman that always there, right? Right? Okay, alright.
So when the marketing is good, sales is very easy.
Ah,
And when the marketing is bad, sales is a lot of pushing.
yes. So there's a correlationship between two, but two are very distinct functions. Right? So maybe you can also observe that some of the company, when they hire people, they hire marketing and sales together. One people, they do two jobs. Right? But in actual fact, it's two very diverse skill sets. Okay, so I just mainly explains the difference between marketing and sales in one sentences. In any business opportunity that arise, you typically start with a marketing journey. This is where you market. And then once you create a visibility and leads, this is where you send in the salesperson to close the deal. Okay, and if you successfully close the deal, you have a done deal, and you move into retention. So a simple phrase to summarize this is marketing and sales form a linear process. Alright, it's a linear process. Right? Where marketing create visibility, tell people what you do, and generate a leads. The outcome of marketing is to generate a leads. What is a leads?
Potential.
Yeah, potential client, people who are interested in what you are doing, but they are not yet the customer. They not yet buy you, not yet pay anything. Right? So there is a leads. That's where you have a sales process to complete that transaction. Right? So marketing and sales generally is a linear line. That's how the process works. Okay, so today my topic is focusing more on marketing. Let's dive into the marketing journey. Okay, so after you have identified the opportunity, the next step is to market to them, right? Is to tell people, tell the world what you do. So what we want to do is to map out your marketing journey. Do you know how your customer buy from you? Do you have a process in place so that the customer can buy for you delivery? Okay, let's dive into it. And clicker is not very function very well. Alright, so the first question I like to check. How visible are you online?
Very much.
Right? So do you have actively present social media? Whether it's on LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever, podcast? Do you have a website? Right, is your website generating leads for you? Or your social media generating leads for you? Create enough visibility. If you are not, basically if you are not found online, despite you may be the world best speaker, best trainer on certain subject matter, you don't exist. Alright? So if people, you see, if you are Dr. Prabha, very easy. Because Dr. Prabha is already well known. Okay? But if you are like LeikHong, nobody knows, right? Right? So if you go on Google, typically you don't type LeikHong. Because why? You don't know I, right? You don't know me. So people will not type. People basically will type marketing trainer, sales trainer. The next question will pop up is, would my online presence pop up? Would my website pop up? Would my LinkedIn profile pop up? Or anything of me pop up? Right? So if none of this show up, I don't exist. Right? So you have to bear in mind, the customer that search for you, number one, they may not know who you are. And second, the people who search on you could be a direct instruction from their boss. So I can work in the L&D field. I am a HR manager or HR exec or any admin exec. My boss say, can you go to internet and look for us a leadership speaker? What do I do? I go to Google, I type leadership speaker in Glen Valley. Right? Pop, a list will show up, correct? Then the next question is, whatever show up on Google, is your name, your website, your company there? Alright? If it's not there, you don't exist. Despite you may be the best in what you do. So that's really critical. Right, so how do you overcome this problem? I like to suggest you can create a marketing funnel. That's how you map out the journey. Because a lot of people will feel like, I run social media posting, I run ads on Facebook, I run ads on Instagram or maybe TikTok, I dance on TikTok. People search me, they go to my website, and they add my 2-day training to cart, and they pay me like that. Do your customer buy from you in such a way? If you sell cookie, it's fine, correct? Right? If you are selling cookie, that's easy. Right? You can run ads on any platform. People saw your lovely, delicious cookie. They click on your cookie. They go to Shopee, Lazada. By the way, Shopee, Lazada is our local shopping online shopping mall. Right? And they buy your cookie. Ta-da! Sales happen. But in speaking training, do your customer buy like that? No. Right? So the design of the flow, of the marketing flow, is not the same when you sell B2C product. Right? So you have to understand how customer buy from you. So I would highly recommend you want to create a marketing funnel. Marketing funnel is basically step by step. How do you drive leads to the next step? Okay? And it's inexpensive. It's quite easy to do. And most importantly, it helps you take control. Because in marketing, I like to be in the driver's seat. I like to take control on the thing that I can control. Because otherwise, you leave a lot of time, marketing is very passive. I'll give you a simple example. You have a website. People come to your website. I will probably argue the inquiry that you receive on your website is roughly 5% of the total visitor. 95 people will go to your website, look at it, and bye-bye, ciao. Right? And they never return. Okay? And you have basically no idea who visited your site. Correct or not? And therefore, you have no way to do follow-up. So you are in a very passive mode. Unless someone reach out to you, otherwise, nothing much you can do. Correct? You are not in control, which is something that I don't like. I like to be in control in my marketing process. So therefore, I like to do a funnel. So this is a funnel that I created. I name it the smile funnel because I'm smiling face. Right. So there are a few steps to this smile funnel. Number one, you need to create visibility. So generally, you have 3 ways to create visibility. You can do it organically. Very simple. You go to YouTube, you create a video, you post on YouTube. People watch your YouTube. You create good content like Babani on LinkedIn. People saw her content, like it, engage with her, generate leads. So whatever you do here is generally creating a visibility, to tell people you exist. Right? So you can do it organically. If you want it to be faster, then of course you can pay. Right? You can pay to run ads, online apps, whatever. And of course you can come to events like this to network and meet friends. So whatever we do in this networking, we are creating visibility. To tell people we exist. But telling people you exist does not immediately from visible directly go to conversion. Right? I know you, I get your name card, doesn't mean that I want to buy from you. Agree?
Yep.
Right? It doesn't work like that. You're not selling cookies. Right? So after you create that visibility, what's the next step? What's the next possible step? Right? So just like the eye, people see you. Right? Visibility. This 2 line is where people want to explore more about you. It's like the ear, purposely designed in such a way. So people start to explore more about you. I want to learn more about you. Hey, who is this guy? Alright? I will probably get your name card, go to your website, go to your social media, LinkedIn, whatever that you have. I just try to find a little bit more about you. Explore about you. Right? To see that whether you can solve my problem. Make sense? Right. So when people exploring you, they go to your website, they visited it. The next step is, would you able to connect with them? Again, people go to your website, I can look, and bye-bye, ciao. I can do nothing, because as I say, 95% of people who visited your website will not give you an immediate inquiry. Alright, I just look, see, and Malaysia we like this, look and see, look, see, but we don't buy. Right? We just basically like look, see. Singapore also the same, right? Right? So in order for you to connect with people, you need to create a mechanism. People that come to your website, which you can connect with them. Social media is much simpler because if I go to your LinkedIn, I like what I see, I can immediately send you a friend request, correct? And we can connect. Right? So social media is easy. But how do you do it on website? Any ideas? If I go to your website,
Leik magnet.
Leik magnet is a wonderful way to connect with people. So what is a Leik magnet?
E-book.
Yeah. You see, as a trainer, it's very easy to give away Leik magnet. Super easy. Of course, you can give away, like Dr. Prabha mentioned, you can write an e-book and give away an e-book. Writing e-book these days is very easy. You can ask ChatGPT to do so. That's one of the way. Okay? But I would prefer, if you felt that writing e-book is complicated to you, I probably suggest you create a checklist. Whatever industry that you are in, 5 things you should not do, 7 things that you should do, how to do something, 7 ways to do something. Right? You create a checklist. Okay? And you give it away as a PDF download. When you give away as a PDF download, you need to collect 2 things. Number 1, their name. Number 2, their email. These are the 2 things that you need to collect. Okay, so these are important because only you collected email, then you can go and do follow-ups. Correct or not?
Yes.
Okay, but you say that, why should I give you my email or whether the list that I collected is genuine? Okay, let me give you a simple example. Assuming I'm a yoga instructor, I teach people how to do yoga class. Okay, so on my website, I give away an ebook saying that 7 yoga basic steps for beginners. Alright, so if you are not interested in yoga, will you download that ebook? No, right? But for people who downloaded the ebook, meaning what? They are interested. So you see, the leads that you are collecting is genuine leads. Because if you are not interested in yoga, you don't bother, correct? You won't even come to my website. Make sense? Right? But people who downloaded that ebook and happily give me their name and email, meaning that these people are interested in yoga, correct? So when I go to the next step, which is nurture, right? Which I can continue to give values to this group of people who downloaded the ebook. Alright? I can very easily send a follow-up email saying that, thank you for downloading this ebook. I'm sure that this yoga lesson will help you. If you are interested to know more, would you like to come to a free trial session in my studio? Right? So I'm inviting people to come in further. Do everybody will come? No. But the people who show up, they become warm leads, correct?
Yes.
Right? So this is how you create a lead magnet. This is how you use marketing funnel to basically to drive people to the next step. And if they are interested enough, and that's where you go into conversion. That's where you complete the sales process. So when you are doing marketing, you have to bear in mind your objective is not to bring people from step 1 immediate to step 5. That doesn't work. Your objective is to bring people to the next step. If I create enough visibility, great. How do I get you to explore my website? If you come to my website, how do I encourage you to download an ebook? Alright, so when you downloaded the ebook, do you follow up enough value to continue nurture the leads? So that one day, they may not buy now, But one day when they want to buy, they see you. Right? So email marketing is not dead. Right? Some people commented, email marketing dead. I don't use email. I delete all the email. Do you feel the same? Do you feel like that? Alright? I probably will argue that the email that go into your mailbox, whether from Shopee, Lazada, AirAsia, GrabFood, what else? Malaysian Airlines, KFC, McDonald's, that go into your mailbox, I bet 99% of those email, you langsung tak buka.
That's right.
You don't even click on them. You immediately delete, correct? Correct? But why you stay subscribed to those emails?
Just in case.
Interesting, right?
Easiest thing is to buy more space.
You see, you can anytime unsubscribe those emails, correct?
Which is why every
Anytime, just click a button, you are unsubscribed.
got it.
But why you stay subscribed? Because even though I don't need their services now, but someday I want. Alright, I don't know when Shopee send me a next voucher, correct? So you stay subscribed. Right? The fear of missing out.
Yeah, correct.
Right? So the power of email is not about people deleting your email. It's about the brand appeal on your mailbox.
It's a reminder.
Right? It is the same concept that brand spend 10,000, 100,000 ringgit putting their brand on billboards. On Federal Highway, we see many billboards, correct? Right? All of those billboards serve one purpose: visibility about the brand. You don't drive through a highway and park your car and scan the QR code on the billboard, right? You don't do that, right?
Traffic jam for that.
Right? But the objective of the billboard is to show the brand visibility. That's all they do. But brand had to spend 5-6 figure every year for the billboard advertisement, correct? How much it costs you to send email? So email marketing day? I don't think so. Alright? So just to give you a heads up, if you create a marketing funnel that works, you're able to drive leads into that. Right? So it's really, really important. Okay, let me go into the next topic. Right? So the whole idea here is to help you take control when you have a funnel. Right? So that you create enough visibility, you map out the journey, how people buy from you, and it's very easy for you to do test and measure. Because when you look at your funnel leads, you're driving leads to the next step, correct? So you may have a certain step that's not working for whatever reason. So what you need to do is to troubleshoot that particular step. And you go and think, what can I do better in order to improve that particular step, rather than you scrap the whole strategy, which is very costly. Alright, so the easy part is to create a funnel and make it through step by step. Right. So lastly, let's talk about messaging. Is your messaging clear? Do your customer understand what you do? Of course, you are the subject matter expert on what you do, you know that. But when you communicate what you do to your target customer, do they get your message the first time? Or they are like, I think so, okay. Okay. So let me show you a few images, and you tell me what you see. Alright. Anybody see this brand before?
O'Brien, yeah.
Alright. So what do they sell? How do you know? How do you know? Written here, right? Signboard, right? So it's obvious. They sell sandwiches. Okay. Next photo. You see a mother and son rushing to a toilet. Imagine whether you are male or female. Okay. Which side you want to go?
I assume the gents goes there. Not clear. Okay.
Yeah, you look at the design, it's really futuristic. It's really well designed. Right?
Really confusing.
Yes. But if you are rushing to toilet, you should turn left or right.
Who? Male or female?
I don't know. My point is this. Being clever, marketing material that being clever does not guarantee sales.
That's graphic.
You can ask a graphic designer to do whatever beautiful stuff. Graphic designers are brilliant designing beautiful stuff, correct? Whether it's your brochure, website, whatever thing. Right? If they design something which is confusing, it doesn't sell. Right? So in order for you to sell things, you need clarity. Most of the time when I work with clients, it's not that they don't have good products. They have great products. But the problem is the way they communicate their product, which is in a way confusing. So when you confuse your customer, people don't understand exactly what you offer. Right? You're wasting marketing money on marketing that doesn't work. Okay? And you lose to competitor who can communicate better than you. And of course, your salesperson who go out and sell things cannot differentiate you and the competitor. And therefore, your business suffer. Right. Okay, so I have a simple 3-step. How are you going to make your message better? Right. Step 1. In order to get any message that works, number 1, you need to grab people's attention. Number 2, you need to enlighten them. And 3, you need to have them to make a commitment to take action. So let's go into each of them one by one. Let's start with attention. Okay, do you all agree that in today's busy life that we are all in, whether you are posting on social media, advertising, selling, presentation, or even having a conversation, getting people's attention is super hard. Agree?
Yes.
Right. So how are you going to overcome this problem? You see, getting people attention is super hard. Right. So some expert will come and tell you, you have to create a hook. You have to hook people in. Right? We need to create a hook that hook people in. But my question is, how to hook? Cakap senang lah, hook people in, right? Branding consultant, we create something hook people in, right? So how to hook?
Ask Charlie.
Right, so let me give you a simple example. Any one of you play tennis here? Yeah, we have a few tennis players. Majority no play? Okay, good. Let's do this. Okay, assuming, right, let's do a test lah, huh? I just want to see your response. Okay, assuming I am a tennis coach. I teach people how to play tennis. Right? So I come to a networking event like this, a conference like this. Then what do you do in networking? We exchange name card, right? You ask each other what you do, correct? Alright? So let's say I come to a networking session, you ask me, hey, LeikHong, what do you do? I answer in such a way. I'm a tennis coach. I teach people how to play good tennis. You are looking for a coach. So if I introduce myself in such a way, how many of you will be interested? Wow, I want people give me face, no? Hey, I came all the way from Penang just to talk to you, you don't give me face. Hurt my feeling, like that. Oh. So you can see, it's a very sad thing. Networking doesn't work. Right? I go to a networking, I teach people how to do this, I introduce myself, nobody seems to bother. So I will feel hurt, I say networking doesn't work, or even though I may feel that coaching tennis in Malaysia, no market. Alright, tak boleh cari makan, right? Correct. No market. I may need to change profession. Then I very sad, go home, right?
Tell a story.
Right. Okay, tell a story will work. But what if I can do this? What if I go home and I get some inspiration, I change my introduction. So if I come back again, and this time you ask me what I do, I introduce myself in such a way. These days, children seem to have endless supply of energy. They can run all day without getting tired. We are exhausted as parents, looking after them. I coach children in tennis and help them exhaust themselves so that they can fall asleep early.
Parents over
A trial session for your children?
100%.
Okay, now, how many parents would be interested to explore? Come on, hands up. Parents, hands up. Okay, I want to count, hands up.
A lot more.
I want to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, from just now, kosong 0 to 20. Of course, not everybody want. Alright? If you don't have children, this is not your concern, correct? If your children already grow up, their bedtime is not your concern, this is also not your concern. Correct? But in this room, we have about 90 people, 20 people are interested. Right.
My children will send me for this so that I can sleep early and they can go out.
So what is the difference between version 1 and version 2? What I did right version 2, that I get 20 leads. If you go to a networking session like this, you get 20 leads out of the thing that you do. Is it a good networking session?
Very good. Very good.
Alright, so what I did correctly this time for me to get 20 leads.
Send the kids sleep early.
Story.
The trial session. The problem.
Come on.
Solving their problem.
The pain, the one, the problem. You have a solution as well.
Number 1, I have a target audience. Version 1, I try to target everybody. You play tennis, you're looking for a coach. Nobody bothers. Right? Version 2, I targeted a much smaller market, parents with young children. Marketing 101. You only focus on a particular niche. If you market to everybody, you market nobody. I just prove it to you. Right? So number 1, you need to identify an audience. Number 2, talk about a problem that your target audience have. Right? And as I mentioned, a problem is not a problem if there is no pain. Right? And then you don't leave your customer there. You offer a solution to how to solve their problem. In this case, tennis. Okay, and also, I also like to emphasize how success looks like. If you buy my solution, imagine young parents, if you're able to get your kids to go to bed by 9 p.m. every day, how your life become better?
More children.
More children. That's what you want, right? So you see, if I want to summarize, how would you able to deliver effective message that grab people's attention? You basically need these 4 things. Number 1, problem, pain. You always want to talk about the target audience problem and what pain associated to the problem. Okay? Because it is pain that motivates people to move. If there's no pain, the problem is not severe. And then you offer the solution, which is the product that you're offering, and then show people how success looks like if they buy your product. So the thing that you have to take note, this tool is always about before, after. Right? In any business transaction, it's always about before, after. Bear in mind, your customer is not really buying your product. Your customer is buying the after effect your product brings. Right? People who hire a sales trainer like me to go to their company to do sales training, not because they like my sales training. What they want is, they hope that I can help their sales team grow their sales. Correct or not? What they want is the growth of sales, not my training. So when you communicate with your target customer, not only that you need to understand what problem and pain they have, you also want to articulate your message clearly so that they understand after having you buying your product, how you make my life better. What changes have happened? What is the before? What are the after? The more obvious the before and after, the easier for you to sell. That's simple. You don't need any other thing. You just have to articulate clearly before and after. And always bear in mind, in the nature of work that we do, because we may deal with L&D manager, HR manager, conference organizer, whatever thing. And we will have different stakeholders, correct or not? Right? You meet up with HR manager, the HR manager have one KPI. The production manager who hire you for his team have a different KPI, correct? So when you talk to different stakeholders, just now, the PPSS, I named it PPSS short form. When your PPSS changes, your stakeholder changes, the PPSS changes accordingly. So very simple. You cannot have one version of message and you intend to sell to everybody. You need to customize your PPSS. Problem, pain, solution, success. When your stakeholder changes, you need to talk the language that matters to them, not to you. Right? So when you talk to different people, your PPSS need to adjust. Right? So that's the first part, how to get attention. After you have grabbed people's attention, that's where you go to the second part. You will need to enlighten them. Now you make sense, huh? After I read your social media posts, after I interact with you, I exchange income with you, you seem to understand my problem, huh? And then they will start to want to know more about you, correct or not? They want to enlighten more about you. They want to ask, hey, who is this guy? Sorry. Alright? They want to ask, hey, who is this guy? Alright? Who are you? Are you trustworthy? Can you deliver your promise? Can I hire you? Who are you? How you become a speaker? Then, this is where you want to enlighten them. Right? So in enlightenment, basically I will suggest you can do two things. Number one, you want to share proof. Right? So this is where you show your muscle, your credential. For example, you have number of year experience, you have trained 10,000 people, 20,000 people, you speak in 50 countries, whatever. Okay? If you are speaker trainer, I'm sure that you will have your own framework, model, processes. If not, Maverick will show you how to design one tomorrow. Right? If you have any award, certification that you have, any books, congratulations to our authors. And most importantly, the most powerful proof is customer testimonial. Alright, the next question is, are you actively collecting testimonial? And when I always suggest, if you want to collect testimonial, collect digital testimonial online. Get your customer to write you a 5-star review on Google, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Right? Don't get customer to write a letter. You frame the letter, you put it at your office. The problem is you very happy, your staff very happy, but the world don't know. Right? So you want to use digital testimonial, especially on social media, because those testimonials stay forever. Alright? The day I die, the testimonial stay. Right? So use online testimonial. So when you have higher star on Google, on LinkedIn, your profile will be more credential. Right? So that's the first part. You need to collect as many proof that you can. Second part is you want to, now you can tell your story. Now what Bharat said, story comes in. Right? You can tell people how I become a trainer, your backstory and whatnot. A lot of time is this. A lot of time is many people mix up the sequence. A lot of people like to share with others, hey, you know how I become trainer? Now 20 years ago I do this, do that, do that. Right? Seriously. Do you really care about the other person's background if you met someone randomly in the networking? No. Nobody cares. Alright? Doesn't really matter how inspired you are, how great you are, how many experience you are. You meet someone out from a random event, they come and tell you that 20 years experience, will you really bother? Right? So the sequence is, you want to show people the PPSS. You want to tell, when you communicate with people, to grab their attention, you want to talk about the problem and pain. And how can I help you? Right? If they have the problem and pain, then you have a match. Right or not? And then people are interested to know more, and then only you tell your story. Right? So the sequence have to be right. Right? Not to tell people who are you first. Okay. We go a bit fast. Alright, the last part is commitment. Okay, commitment is very easy. Is you want to tell people what should they do next if they want to buy from you. A lot of time, we assume people know what to do. Right? So I tell you, from my experience, people don't. Right? Never assume people know what to do. You have to tell them. It's just like people come to your website. You automatically assume people will go to contact us button and send you an inquiry? No. Right? If you send people an email, do you tell people exactly what they need to do after reading your email? Or you assume people know? Right? So give people clear step-by-step instruction, especially on your marketing material, what should they need to do. Right? Simple step is like if you have this on your website, I have it on my website. I say that in order to work with me, step 1, schedule an appointment. Step 2, have a consultation with me. 3, wow, then we can do the training and wire audits. Right? So you want to make the step as simple as 3 steps. Right? Not 20. Yeah? Right? 20, when I look at it, right? So make it simple, just make it 3 steps. If you are in the sales environment, very simple, you always ask people, you want to pay credit card or you want to claim HRDC? Right? Or you're making an appointment. Never ask people, hey, next week you free? Next week where got people free one? Right? So when you ask an appointment is, next week Monday, Tuesday, 10 a.m., which one you want? Give people A, B to choose. Right? Make working with you super easy. Okay? So people buy things from you because they understand how your product help to solve their problem and make their pain go away. And therefore, when you are communicating, your message needs to be clear. Okay, we have 12 minutes left. Let's do a quick exercise how I can help you create these 3 steps. How do you put into practical? Okay, so let me just share with you a simple framework. You can just basically write down your ideas quickly in 5 minutes. Alright, so as I guide you through some of the questions, then you can take whatever you written down, you go back, and you can discuss with your team, or you basically just pandai-pandai, you ChatGPT, they will help you to refine your messages. Right? So you just need to write down your idea in bullet point. Let me just help you. How do you create your PPSS? Okay, very quickly. Okay. Okay, number 1, question 1. You first need to identify one product that you sell. I believe that you do 20 different type of topics. Fine, but pick one. I just more quickly exercise 5 minutes. Right? Pick one topic that you do. For example, I say I do B2B sales strategy. Example. Alright, so what is one topic that you do? Just write it down quickly. Right? Second question. Identify the target audience who likely will buy this product. Who are the people likely will buy your product? Okay, 3. After you identify the customer, what common problem do they have? Okay, this is where you need to think, not you, your customer. What common problem do they have? Let's say you do leadership program, you identify customer A, company A, brand A. Okay, so when you work with brand A, what kind of customer service issue to brand A have? And you write down those kind in bullet points. Later you can counter check with ChatGPT, no issue. Right, so based on the point that you write on number 3, you want to list down, if this problem remain unsolved, what negative impact will the intended audience experience. If you talk about, hey, I do customer service, I have a customer called A. This A have this kind of customer service because their people are not serving the customer well enough. Okay, good. So if their people are not serving the customer well enough, what are the negative impact? They must have pay. If there's no pay, I don't bother to add. Right? So what are the pain that people have? And number 5, you want to ask the question, how your product help solve their problem. Or how your customer service training, speaking, solve that problem. Right? So you list out whatever muscle that you have. Okay, last one. If they choose to buy your product, how success will look like? So typically, number 6 is generally the 180 degrees opposite from 3 and 4. Right? So you just need to articulate them in point form. So you can take a photo and you can do later, because I have 8 minutes left. Okay, good. You see, I always go on stage and speak. Everybody take photo of my slide. No one take photo of me. No, I'm very lonely. Except Babani. Except for Babani. Right? So if you've done this part, then we can move to the second part, is enlightenment. Then this part is easy lah. You also write down what are the experience statistics that you have. This is you sure know, right? What framework that do you produce? Not sure, tomorrow you listen to Maverick. Awards that you have, certification, okay, a book that you publish, right? Testimonial that you have, right? And your passionate backstory. Right? So these are the easy stuff. And of course, very importantly, if people read your marketing material, what is the next call to action? What do you want them to do next? Right? So take a photo. Okay, good. Right, let me move on. Okay, so after you have written down all these things, how do you turn this point into effective marketing material? So let me show you some ideas. You see, whatever I do here, you want to take it as a Lego block. Right? So each of the box is just like a Lego box. Right? So you basically match and mix and match. How do you turn them into marketing material? Let me show you very quickly mine and turn it into some actionable. Right? You can turn it into your introduction speech, trainer profile, speaker profile, website, social media posts, whatever it is, videos. So it depends how you mix and match. Let me show you my example. Okay, 1 is my trainer profile, number 2 is my LinkedIn profile. So how do I use the pointers now to develop this? Very quickly. Okay, this was my old trainer profile when I got started back in 2011. Don't laugh, Okay, this is how my profile looked like when I got started. So it looked exactly like a resume, correct? Yeah. Right? So I wrote something like, life isn't about how to survive the storm, but how to dance in the rain. I don't even know what this means. It just made me look cool only. It made me look atas, okay? But this is how it looked like back then. Okay? And now this is how my profile looked like today. 6 pages. It is simple, clear, and clean. So let me go into them one by one. Okay, so you start out with a cover photo. By the way, this is me. This is okay, you don't know.
You're looking good.
Right? So you start with the name, value, program. I always start my profile with 3 simple programs that I do. Why? Because if I submit this profile to a TP or any organizer, whatever you don't see there, you don't have to flip to second page. I don't do. Right? So simple thing. Right? Of course, contact. Then page number 2, this is where you get interesting. I talk about the frustration my target audience face and the problem that I solve. Okay, so example, if your customer not appreciating your value and always ask for discount, you this kind of customer? Yes, I have a solution, call me. This is what you want to tell people. What problem do you solve? not about your expertise. It's about what problem do you solve. If you want to become an expertise, become an expert in solving problems, specific problem. Tell your target audience exactly what problem you solve. Because when I read this, your customer read this, they understand. If they resonate with that problem, you have a match immediately. Right? You don't have to talk a lot. Right? So these first 2 pages are most important. And the following 3 pages is where I show my muscle. It's my profile, right? So I show my muscle. I have 5 books. 2 of them are bestseller. The first book was bestseller in MPH. The first yellow Chinese book was bestseller in Populous. Right? So I have 2 bestsellers. Of course, you collect testimonial. I have Inche Sophia, I have Dr. Brahma. Alright, so you share whatever testimonial you have, the client that you work with. This is where you show your muscle. Alright, 3 simple pages. And of course, you end with another back cover. I repeat again what I do. Why? Repetition. You need to be consistent in your message. Alright, so tell people what you do. Of course, you can get a graphic designer to design this. Right? Take whatever point that you've written, submit to a graphic designer, get them to do it for you. If you want to DIY yourself, just go to Canva and do it yourself. Right? By the way, this one I did in Canva. Right? So simple thing. Then you use the point that I mentioned just now. Right, 3 minutes left. Okay, one more thing. Same thing with my LinkedIn profile. Okay, you have a banner. Banner, same thing, tell people what you do. My Hampton face. And header. Header is really important. Sometimes when I look at people's LinkedIn, they tell people I'm a CEO of ABC company. If you're CEO of Petronas, okay lah. If you're CEO of local SME, it doesn't ring a bell. So better you tell people exactly what offer, solution, what value you add. And bear in mind, your LinkedIn header is SEO friendly. People search on LinkedIn, you found your profile. So it's really important. Right. Okay, this is about section. In your LinkedIn, you have about section, right? Okay, so similarly, this part is problem and pain, proof, call to action. Right? So in my case, I like to write in third person. Third person meaning that I write LeikHong is. I don't write I am. It's my style. You can choose whatever you want. You want to write in bite side, highlight whatever thing, and of course your call to action. Right? So let's do a quick recap of the last 1 hour. Right? The business opportunity begin with what customer want, trouble that they have, and the pain. Marketing journey start with getting attention and like them and get them to commit. Right? The attention is all about PPSS. Enlightenment is to share about your experience, your framework, and whatnot. Commitment is to get people to act, never assume, tell them what to do. Your marketing message need to be direct, simple, and easy to understand. Right? So use the framework just now to craft your message and apply it to your whatever marketing material that you have. In Castle, website, whatever thing. Alright? So I have one question to you before I leave. If you have not have attended today's session, how long do you take to figure this one yourself?
Forever.
Long
Forever.
So I hope that I have add value to you.
You have.
I'm LeikHong, I'm from Penang. Thank you very much.